Jeez. Must be nice to have a lift. One day, hopefully. 3, 4, 5, 6. That was good. Install. I'm doing it solo, so we'll see how that plays out. Everyone kind of bailed or didn't want to help, so we'll see how this goes. I'm doing it on Easter, so happy Easter everyone that's watching it. If it is uploaded today, if not, happy late Easter. Hope everyone's doing okay. So yesterday you saw an unboxing. Right now I'm just trying to figure out how to get these tabs off. Right now the trickiest part is I gotta get this clip off this for the active exhaust. Once I get this clip off, I pull this wire off. I gotta mock it up on the driver, on the passenger side. And hopefully it works out, but once I get this out, it should be straightforward. Drop everything out, take off this little clip right here, but this is gonna be the most trouble. I gotta figure out how to get up in here because I got, you know, chode fingers, fat, short, stubby, can't fit them up in there. So once I get this out, I'll come back and show you the process. All right, so I just got it done on the driver's side. If you can see this white clip, the easiest way to come up behind it is if you want to get it undone is come up behind it. You slide it out as so. Then what you have to do is you have to push down on the white part, which is the plug, and then just kind of wiggle it to finesse it out. No real easy way to do it. They don't give you much space to work with. And it, boom, got that part uninstalled. So once you get that done, it'll look like this. And I believe this is the piece that we got to mount on the active. So now it's going to be straightforward. I'm just going to take out this bolt to this hanger, and then up in here you have this bolt you got to take out, and this bolt will hang out. And you push up and twist because they have these little claws that go in a hole and hook on in there. So there's no adjustment problems to where the exhaust won't wiggle, flap around or anything. You know your bracket's tight on there. And we come up here even more. Up, you follow the exhaust past all the fun parts of the Ford. Come up, and there's your resonator. And then at the end of the resonator, you have these clips, these brackets, which connect from the cats to the resonator. And I gotta undo these 2 nuts off these, and I'll take these out, and then I'll drop the whole exhaust, and I'll check back in with you when I got all these bolts undone, and then the exhaust is dropped. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Now I gotta do the other one manual, because that one's a tight spot. Everything. So here's the hangers, kind of an example of what I was talking about. It's kind of hard with one person. What you want to do is kind of just push up. I don't know if it'll probably be easier for the back. Swing it off the hangers. This one's hanging because I got the jack right there. Push up and have a hand back there a little bit. Got her off like that. So I'm gonna do the same thing to this side and pull it off, and then lower the car and drag it from underneath, and then we should be able to get the Corsas on there, hopefully. Fingers crossed it goes as planned. I'm gonna drop the heavier part. Actually, I'm gonna save that so it doesn't bash me in the face. So push up again a little bit, slide it under. Now I have majority of the weight. Actually, all right, so there's one piece I forgot. Right here on the hangers, once you take out the clip, you actually have to go back and remove this clip out of the hanger, because once you get everything done, if not, it's going to tear this out and possibly break this. You don't want to have this rubbing up against anything, tearing out. It's not too hard. You could use a flathead, or I use needle nose pliers on the other side, but this one I can tie out good with my fingers. So hit him with what every 12-year-old boy has anticipated. Hit him with a little twist. Now with that being lowered, should be fairly simple. So on the lift, take off the pieces that actually control the valves inside. Got to be careful with the nuts. You're gonna have to reuse those and save the bracket piece for that wiring harness. That was a pain to get out. These are 10 mils. This is kind of a trouble to get off a little bit. Not too bad. You gotta make sure you retain the spring because it goes in there and sits in the little grooves they have, and I guess that's what twists open and close and all the other valves. Got everything done. That's the stainless steel 3-inch X pipe that goes back to the active exhaust. So I'm gonna assemble this together. I'm gonna do the X pipe, go into the reducers first for the resonator to make that fit, because the 3-inch is a lot bigger than the stock resonator. So I'm gonna take off these clamps, put these on there, and then put the reducers into these, and then throw up the X pipe and work my way back. Normally you'd wanna try to assemble it as much as you can, throw it up if you have 2 people, but I don't have the luxury of 2 people today. I'm working by myself, so it makes it just a tad more difficult. All right, so once you get everything done, you just kind of want to snug everything up. Just so that way when you have to go back and then modify anything to make sure the fitment's better or anything's crooked or hanging lower, you don't want to sit there and unscrew everything. You'd rather just go through and wiggle it and then just tighten it as you go to adjust. Slide the end of the muffler on the X pipe. Alright, once you got it up there and started, slide your hanger back up here, and then you can use the hook part to just let it droop down in there. But make sure you have your clamp over, slide that over the X pipe first. I forgot to show that, but I already have mine here, so once you go in there, you don't have to go do anything. You can just go ahead and tighten it up. So I'm going to go ahead, try to tighten all that up snug as I can, and then I'm going to throw in the pipes and try to adjust what I have to adjust in case it's sitting crooked, too high, too low, too far. And then we'll try to, so we're working with from there. All right, so once you take off the controls active valve, you put them back on there. It's kind of a pain. You got to make sure the spring sits in the grooves that they have provided, and you have to put this bracket back on, this last piece that goes out, so you can put this piece back in the clip so it sits in there and doesn't rub and it looks OEM fitment. That's what I like about Corsa. I mean, it's a little pricey, but you're paying for quality. That's the best way to explain it. So you want to try to find this hole right there, and just go ahead and get it started. And just leave it started, and then we're going to come back here and then work on these 2 brackets right here, where I got to put in these bolts back in there. One right here and one up there. So I'll come back when I'm done with that. So with the active exhaust, it's different than the non-active, of course, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw these brackets up, because I actually was reading the manual, which is a shock. I guess no one really does that anymore. I know I don't, but I wasn't able to figure this out. So I read it, and it says that it's easier if you actually put everything where it's supposed to be, and then you do the tips last type of thing, I guess. So I'm gonna give that a shot and see if I have better luck, because right now I have no luck trying to figure out the way the active valves are supposed to go. It's kind of aggravating, but just a process. Right, so once you get everything done, I know it's dark now. It took way longer than expected. The sockets, throw it on there. I use power tools because not a caveman anymore, so I use the power of the tools. You do that, and then you hop back to your caveman tools. Finish tightening up. And the best part, taking off this plastic, you need to reveal the old black tips. Nice and shiny, brand new. It's got a little dust like everything else. You get your tip, put your old clamp over, and you throw it on there. And yes, I did anesthesize it just to make sure, you know, no future problems, hopefully not. With my luck, I have the worst of it. I'll probably have a problem, fingers crossed. So, come back up here and just tighten this up. And it should be done, pretty much. Lost my little screwdriver, so I use the wrenches I've been using. Come back on here. Alright, I'm gonna double check and make sure I have everything tight all the way, and I'm gonna drop the car and you guys will hear the official after. Alright, so after checking everything, double tighten it, got the black tips on, way better than chrome. Come under, just nothing like a brand new exhaust, all shiny parts to outbeat the rusted. I'm gonna lift this up a few more times. I We get the jack stands under, and we get the first cold start. Hopefully, sounds pretty good.